Not long ago, in the aftermath of the Tohoku earthquake, the yen hit a record high against the US dollar, and then it stayed sky high for over a year. There was plenty of hand-wringing at the time, especially from Japanese exporters, who saw the expensive yen as eroding their global competitiveness. But those concerns have dissipated. The US dollar has returned to a range of around 100 yen. Exporters are happy again. But how about the rest of us? Does the current value of the yen really mean good news for the overall economy? The big downside of a cheap yen is that it makes imports more expensive. And that's a critical issue for Japan. The bulk of the country's energy and much of its food are imported. Of the total value of Japan's imports, fuel accounts for about a third. The situation became more acute in the aftermath of the Fukushima earthquake and tsunami disaster back in 2011, which forced the shuttering of nearly all the nation's nuclear power plants. The government made up for the shortfall by switching to fossil fuels like coal. And as the yen weakened, those key imports became more expensive. As for food, that accounts for nearly 10% of Japan's total imports. In other words, the cheaper yen tends to squeeze household budgets with higher food and energy bills. That, in turn, can put a damper on consumer spending, eventually hurting the economy as a whole. Japan has long been known as an exporting juggernaut, but you might be surprised to learn that Japan has been posting trade deficits lately. In other words, Japan is importing more than it's exporting in value terms. What's the good news? That a cheap yen means higher repatriated profits for Japanese exporters, and also more competitive pricing in overseas markets. Higher sales and profits overseas can lead to hiring and wage hikes back at home. Japan has lately posted increases in the value of its exports, although they haven't been enough to offset the higher energy prices, hence the trade deficits. One reason Japanese businesses welcomed the yen's decline with such enthusiasm is that some of Japan's most famous industries and brands had found themselves hammered by growing competition, mainly from their neighbors. Samsung soared, while Sony suffered. But it's not just the big corporations grappling with the ups, downs, and contradictions of foreign exchange rates. The effects are felt even by small businesses, especially ones in downtown Tokyo that cater to tourists from overseas.
それまではアジアのお客さんもたくさん来てましたけど、アメリカ、ヨーロッパのお客さん増えました。円が安くなって皆さん来やすくなったんですね。これからは高くなってきます。はい、まだ少し安いですけど、これから高くなります。マージンが小さくなりますね。はい、ちょっと厳しいです。とっても厳しいです。はい。
円が安くなって、外国人のお客様は多いんですけれども、我々が売ってるものは日本製が多いんです。メイドインジャパン。特に食品なんで、そのシーズンでいっぱい取れれば安くなるけれども、少なかったら逆に高くなっちゃって、今年はシーフードも全部高くて、逆に円が安くてもあまり効果は現れてないというのが実際のところ。
So a cheap yen, if sustained, can help give Japanese exporters a fighting chance. However, an excessively weak yen can inflict enough damage on the economy to seriously derail any recovery. So the trick is to keep the yen at a healthy level. And for now, a moderate rate of around 100 yen seems to be about as healthy as can be hoped for. Thank you for watching Business in Japan TV.